Hello guys, welcome back to the History of Everything. In today's video, I have a very special episode since today is the 124th anniversary of the sinking of the Maine and the starting of the Spanish-American War. So I know I've already covered the Spanish-American War and the USS Maine sinking, but I didn't cover it in very depth, and I didn't cover like American imperialism and other subjects like that. So we're gonna go ahead and start. So the sinking of the Maine, it happened by the cause of it was a coal explosion because back then steamships in the late 1800s and the early 1900s needed coal. So it was a coal explosion. 260 U.S. sailors on board died. It was a tragedy. There was only a few that survived. It was in the night, so many of them died, sadly. But at the time, the U.S. wanted to, it was feeling sympathetic toward Cuba. Cuba was rebelling against Spain. It was supposed to be a colony. So the United States was feeling very sympathetic towards Cuba and was like, you know what, we should actually go and maybe help these guys out because like they're trying to do a revolution and maybe we should go help them out. It turns out, though, that after the USS Maine sunk, yellow journalism, helped manipulate the story into the Spanish blew up the USS Maine, and oh my gosh, we gotta get them back. And there was a massive press in New York, and it just circulated all of that, and lots of people actually believed it, like Theodore Roosevelt and lots of his friends were like, you know what, you're right. So Theodore Roosevelt then ordered Commodore Dewey to go attack the Philippines, which is a Spanish-held colony, and Commodore Dewey instantly destroyed the outnumbered, outgunned, outdated Spanish ships. They instantly sunk them, and that's how the Americans took over the Philippines. Now, the actual Spanish-American War, or known as the War of 1898, only lasted 4 months. Theodore Roosevelt then was the assistant director of the Assistant Secretary of the Navy. That's why I ordered Commodore Dewey. He reassigned his post and led a volunteer cavalry called the Rough Riders, and they helped take very key important strategies. But the entire War of 1898 itself was the Americans' fault with yellow journalism. We could have avoided it, but instead after the war ended, we bought Guam, the Philippines, and Puerto Rico from Spain, and there was actually a small Filipino war because the Philippines wanted independence, and we were not going to give them that. It lasted, I believe, a few years, costing many thousands of lives to the Filipinos, which is very sad. The United States was very brutal toward the Filipinos in the Revolution. We tortured them and executed them, and even sent them to what was known as concentration. There were these concentration camps. Now, a big part of that was belief of the Anglo-Saxon race. The Anglo-Saxon race, some people thought, was the highest. So when they went to the Philippines, they were like, we're better than them. Like, we should get, like, it was just like that, you know? But the Filipinos were like, no, we're free. Like, hello, we just want to be free. In the end, however, the Americans did take control of the Philippines, Guam, and Puerto Rico. It also led to President William McKinley annexation of Hawaii in 1898. Now, Hawaii actually was going to become a sizable territory because lots of more settlers lived there because of the sugar Sugar was very important. Sugar plantations helped grow sugar, and it was also a very tropical and warm climate, and it helped with cool coal refueling stations. Now we're going to dive into imperialism. What is imperialism? Well, imperialism is basically taking over another colony or country and naming it a territory as of this country. Like Europe, in England, France, and Germany, they were all doing that. So, America was like, we should do that. They were even actually anti-imperialists. They were like, it's not free. And imperialism is not free because you basically just took over another country and are letting them have it. Now, imperialism can have some benefits if you're trying to grow a strong empire, but I mean, sometimes you don't want to do that. But that's why America wanted to join in on it. And other ideas of imperialism include countries wanting to have a sea to shining sea. That was America's first idea, to have it from the east to the west, but that was like for North America. But then they wanted more like these small other islands. Now, a thing of imperialism can actually be found today with the Ukraine getting threatened to be invaded, getting threatened to invade by Russia, because Russia is trying to invade Ukraine, and that is imperialism. Because remember, the Soviet Union, USSR, broke up, and now it's just Russia. And some say that Russia might want to gain back that power, like imperialism. So there is an explanation and an example of imperialism in today, in modern day life. And let's try to remember that, let's try to dive into things before just making something up like yellow. And let's not try to have yellow journalism. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Make sure to subscribe, like if you enjoyed the video. I hope it's actually helpful. And make sure to check my stop motion channel, link below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay safe.